Okay, here we go again, part 2 on the LS build. Uh, we're installing the rear main seal. We had to get this tool. It's a rear main seal installation tool. This is what this does is it centers the back cover here, because if you notice, this plate it can move up and down quite a bit. So if you just put your seal in the cover before and install the cover, it's going to be off and it's going to leak. So the tool even came with the front cover seal tool, and it came with a few other pieces here that I guess bolt down on the bottom when you're installing it, but we don't need that for now. I guess this is for when you have the pan on. So we're gonna go ahead and center it and get it torqued down. What you want to do is make sure it's in there all the way. So let's get it in there all the way. There we go. Okay, it's in there all the way. That's back. Now we're gonna start tightening these bolts down. And I had it on the engine stand, but I had to take it off to put this back cover because that wouldn't fit in there. This tool wouldn't fit in there. And we got the rear main seal here. That has to be installed after this is centered. Okay. Now we're going to get the torque specs. We'll go around it one more time. Make sure that it's back all the way. We're going to make sure this thing is still free, that it's centered. And find the torque spec. We'll get it torqued down. Engine rear cover bolts, 18 foot-pounds. Okay. Okay, and we're going to go over them one more time. Okay, we got that torque down. Now we're going to want to take this tool out, and then we can install our we could go ahead and install the seal. Okay, there we go. Okay. Put a little bit of oil on that. And when it goes in smoothly. Okay. Put a little bit of oil on the seal. Okay. Slowly tap it in around. Now, just go around it real slow. You're just going to want to go around it real evenly until it's all the way in. A good punch. There we go. It's in there. And there. We go. Okay. Remain seal in. So just remember, if you're installing a rear main seal on an LS, it's critical to get this tool here when you install it. Now we're going to go ahead and get it back on the engine stand. We're going to do the front cover, timing chain, heads, and get the rest of it built. Okay, now we're going to install the Texas Speed, the Chupacabra's camshaft. Let me grab it. Okay, here it is here. Let's see, it shows here it's a 550 intake, 550 exhaust on the valve lift. And you could see on it those, you see how those are some major cam lobes on there. This thing's it's gonna idle pretty nasty. So let me go ahead and get it lubed up and we'll get it in there. And I'm using the Clevite bearing guard again, and this one is good for this. Oh. Get a little bit more up there. Okay. Okay. So now we're ready for installation. You could see I got that thing lubed up real good. We got new cam bearings. You're gonna want to go in real slow. That way you don't damage one of the bearings. Okay. Get it in the rest of the way. There it is. Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to install the back plate here, the timing gear. Let me go ahead and grab that. Got it over here. Okay. I'm gonna have to install the oil pump also. So what I'm gonna do on the pump, as you can hear, it's real dry in there, so I'm gonna put some of this in here and then turn it and get it lubed up in there before we do anything. You don't want to install one of these dry. This primes it when you put this in here, it primes this pump. Okay. See here. Looks like it's lined up there. So we can get that knocked down. There we go. Just gotta get it lined up. Okay, so now I'm installing the cam cover. I got a new one here. It comes with new bolts. Bolts come with the thread locker on them. Let's see. Let me grab a socket for these. Okay. And I'm gonna put some thread locker on these bolts just to be safe here. And I'm gonna put thread locker on the timing chain gear bolts. Go there. tight. So now we're going to tighten these down. Okay. Okay. Nice and tight. Now we're going to put the timing gear on we got from Michigan Motorsports, and we got new bolts from ARP for the cam gear, Chevy cam bolt, the cam gear bolt. Okay. And we're going to have to get the chain lined up here, so let me go ahead and get everything lined up. Okay. Now this dot should be up, your number one piston all the way up. The dot is straight up. This one, the dot here, so we got to line those up. Oh, this cam's got to be pushed up just a little bit. It's in there far back, a little too far. So let me pull that cam out just a hair. I like to get it lined up here. Okay, now we're going to turn it just a little bit. We got the dot here and the dot here lined up. And we are going to we got to put the chain on, and then we're going to put the bolts with the thread locker. So, I don't want to get it in here. Not too simple with this. Okay, there we go. So we got it lined up here. lined up there. I gotta turn the cam a little bit. There we go. Now we're gonna want to put the thread locker on these bolts. And this will lock them in there, that way they don't come loose on you. Okay. There we go. Make sure they're tight. Okay. I'm going to want to turn it. There we go. Now we could pull this out for the tension. That's the tension. That's what tensions it there. Now we can put the oil pump on. I jumped the gun earlier when I was putting it on, but yeah, we're good to go now. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to put some more of this in there. Never put an oil pump on dry, always lube it. It's like priming it up a little bit, so go ahead and get it on there. Okay. There we go. I'll grab the bolts. Okay, now we're going to put the bolts on the oil pump and get these torqued down, and then we'll get the timing cover off. We're deleting it. We got a new timing cover. We're deleting all this off of it. So that'll work. The high performance cam. Okay, now we got to go with the timing cover. Let me grab that. Got it right here. Okay, here it is. As you can see, it came with all new bolts, a new sensor, the sensor that we need to read that gear. You can see the difference. You can see the difference. So if you run the high performance camshaft, you need to delete this and you need to run this. This is the variable, the valve timing. This controls the camshaft electronically. We're getting rid of all that and we'll putting this on for the high performance cam. All right, now let me grab a Now I wish they wouldn't have put the seal on there prior because I have the centering tool, but what we're going to try to do is just get it centered the best we could and get it on there. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay. So we got the front cover, back cover. I think I could go ahead and flip it over and do the oil pan. And we could do the lifters after that. And top cover and head, cylinder head. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to grab some parts. I'm gonna grab the, I still gotta put there's a cover that goes here, and then I gotta put the pickup screen. So let me grab those parts. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this timing cover purple. We got the purple Speed Demon. We want to get this thing all purple. we go. Get a top coat there. Give me some time to grab. I'm grabbing the oil pan and the bottom cover now so we can get those put on, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the bottom cover put on. We're gonna go ahead and get this put on for now, and then we'll get this on. But let's get this on for now. While we're waiting, I just painted the oil pan, and I'm waiting for that to dry. And I left the bolts off for the pickup screen. And when you get a pickup screen, you're going to get 3 different colors of seals. You're going to get a green, a black, and a red or orange, whatever color that is. But anyways, you're going to want to make sure and put the same color back. And if you're getting a low oil pressure on a Chevy Silverado or any kind of Chevy with an LS motor, normally this seal shrinks and it'll cause a low oil pressure issue. Everybody thinks you need an oil pump, but it's never the oil pump. It's always the oil, this oil seal that goes. This oil seal goes on the bottom of this oil pickup, and what it does is it causes you to lose oil pressure. The one I took off here was red, so let's see if this one is gonna work. And you want to make sure when it goes in there that it's tight, that it's a tight fit. And if it's not a tight fit, you're gonna want to put one of the other ones in there. So let me get a little bit of oil. Get it put on here. And when it goes into the oil pump, you're going to want to make sure it fits tight in there and it goes down and it's got a tight fit. This one went in there pretty good. Went in there pretty good. I'm going to try the green one and see if it fits a little bit tighter, because it's a little bit thicker, this green one here. And if it fits a little bit tighter, then we're going to go with the green one. If not, if this one don't fit, we'll use it. So this one is a way better fit. The green one went in there really good, and it's a way better. Went in there real tight. The red one kind of went a little bit loose, so we're going to go with this one. Okay, and it's in there. The seal's in there good. It went down good. It's real tight, snug down in there. And now we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these bolts on, and then we'll get the oil pan on. Okay, now we're all torqued down. Now I'm gonna grab the oil pan, we'll get that put on and we'll get that torqued down. Okay, now we got the oil pan cleaned and ready to install. Now let me go ahead and, when you put an oil pan gasket on, you're gonna wanna put a little bit of silicone where the corners meet on the timing cover and where it butts up against the rear cover, because it's not always flush in those areas, so you're gonna wanna put a little bit of silicone. That way you don't have no sealing issues. Okay. Now we're gonna get the pan on. Let's get it lined up. Start getting the bolts put in. Let me grab bolts. And we deleted this little oil. This thing squirts oil at the bottom of the oil pan. We deleted that and plugged it. That's what's required on these high performance builds here. And you get a lot of oil pressure issues with that thing. They get plugged up after a while. You get oil pressure issues and okay, and then we got two big long bolts back here that go through the back of the pan. Don't forget those. And now we're gonna torque it down. We're gonna tighten it down on a sequence on the oil pan. That way we don't crack nothing. Okay. I'm gonna start here in the middle and work my way out. Okay. I'm going to go over them one more time with the ratchet just to make sure they're all tight. and I'm going in a torque sequence. If you're not sure about the sequence, make sure and look it up. I've just built dozens of these motors already, so I already got the torque sequence in my head. Okay, well, looks like we got the pan all torqued down. Our timing cover done, pan torqued down. Now, we're gonna have to go ahead and start putting the cylinder heads on. Let's flip that motor around. Okay, we got all new dowel pins for our heads. I'm gonna go ahead and start installing the dowel pins for the cylinder heads. Okay, we got dowel pins installed. Now I could grab my cylinder head gasket set. And get a little bit more of that purple on there. Bear with me 1 second, I'm grabbing the gaskets. Okay, so I got the head gaskets. Okay. Okay, we got the head gaskets on. And sometimes they have a marking that says front. In this case, I don't see it. It's the same in the front and in the rear. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and get the cylinder head on there. Okie dokie. Brand new cylinder heads. A lot of extra added horsepower on here. Okay. I always soak my head bolts in oil beforehand because when you start torquing these things, you're going to want to make sure you got some oil on them. Just a little bit over. I don't got no room over here. Let's see if I can get it this way a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see pretty good from there. Okay, so we're going to snug all these bolts down, and then we're going to get the torque and start torquing it down. I got my Matco speed wrench here helping me out a lot. Okay. All right. Okay, now let me grab the other cylinder head and blow that one off. We can get that one installed. Just give me 1 second. Okay, now I got the second cylinder head. We're gonna go ahead and get that installed. There we go. Let me soak some bolts in oil and get it on there. Okay. So we got our bolts soaked in oil. Go ahead and snug them all down, and then we'll get the torque, and then we'll see what's next on the build. But it's almost complete. I got a few more things to do, like the top cover, and I'm pretty sure it's ready for installation. Just can't wait to get this truck done for this guy. We've been through a lot, getting wrong parts. They sent us the wrong motor, and we've been waiting on parts, and we're doing a 6.0 swap on a Chevy Silverado that has a 5.3, and if there's anybody doing 6.0 swaps right now, you know that the motors are getting scarce, and there's hardly any 6.0s out there anymore, and if there is, they want an arm and a leg for them. And so I just can't wait to get this done for the customer, really good customer, and I can't wait to get videos to my YouTubers as burnouts, and we're doing a rear differential. We're doing the gears on the rear differential. He ordered a high performance posi traction unit. We lowered the gears on it. We lowered the truck. We got the high performance transmission. We got this badass high performance. This is a 350 horsepower engine stock, and we went up and did all kinds of stuff to it. So this thing's going to be pushing an easy 500 horses, and I just can't wait to get it dynoed and can't wait to get it on this blacktop so we can see what it'll do. So let me grab the other bolt for the top.